I think there's a lot of confusion today in our culture about what it means to love and what it means to be loved. And that's resulting in a lot of the divorce that we see. And it's also results in a lot of the post-divorce unhappiness. People, they go, oh, I'm getting divorced. I got to get out there and start dating again. And a lot of times they wind up with the same person that.
And you know what? I'm telling you, I like I've shared before, I'm in several groups on Facebook just to try to help with different questions around issues. And one of the things I see over and over is dating sucks. How bad dating is. This dating crap. It's dating is tough.
I don't care for dating myself.
Yeah, I didn't like it much either, honestly. And I think it does come back to the whole thing of, what is love? What are you searching for? How do you know if the other person loves you? And I think especially once we've been through a divorce, a lot of times our concept of that, I guess I'll say, is messed up, because here you had this person that you thought you loved, that you thought loved you, that you, thought you were in it till death do you part if you were married. And then suddenly that comes to an end. And so then trusting people afterwards, and I know this is something you and I both struggled with,
right?
Because I had somebody who had affairs, and there were times in the beginning where I would get insecure when I couldn't get a hold of you, or I'd be afraid you were having an affair, or I'd accuse you of it or whatever. Yes. And really I
have hidden my affair from you very well.
Really what I wasn't in touch with.
It's almost like it's not going on at all.
What I wasn't in touch with was the fact that you really don't pay attention to your phone.
Yes.
That it's really that issue for you.
Yeah.
You just don't.
So I'm a space case.
Yeah, like that.
I'm not a cheater. I'm not a cheater. I'm a space case.
Yes,
I remember saying to you, and I'm not sure this was on the first or the second date, but I remember saying to you that, it's kind of like we had one of those "what are we looking for" conversations. What are you looking for? What do you want in a mate? And my answer was, I want a healthy relationship.
That was the first date.
That was the first date. What I'm really looking for is a healthy relationship, because I'm tired of fighting all the time. I'm tired of fighting for my life.
Right.
Like gasping for air. know.
Here's the big mistake everybody makes, is that they think that love is a feeling.
Right.
Love is not
it's more than a feeling.
We have so many songs for this episode. Love is not a feeling. Love is a verb.
Yeah.
Love is a verb.
It's something action that we do.
Just like that. Love is a verb, and it's something that you do. And, this is why marriage historically has been classified by commitment, because commitment to...
You mean to an institution, or not that kind of commitment?
Commitment to your mate, commitment to, for us, we have a commitment to God in our marriage. That's our belief system. And then we have a commitment to each other. And honestly, if I relied on how warm, fuzzy I feel about you every day or not,
it'd be over.
It'd be done. Especially this being our second marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't figure this out in the first marriage, I hope you are taking notes during this episode, because Lord knows that the divorce was so painful. I do not want to go through that ever again in my whole life. So, I, for me, had to figure this out going into this marriage, because I feel like this was the breakdown in my first marriage. I don't feel like my ex-husband and I had problems that were unsolvable. I feel like every issue in our marriage was solvable. It's just that he decided that his love for me was based on his feelings in that moment.
Right.
And his feelings in that moment led him astray to have affairs because he was believing that those feelings were love. And I remember him saying to me about the first affair, this might be my last chance at happiness. That's something he sat in front of me and said. And
I'd have punched him in the eye.
Apparently, there were at least 5 or 6 more chances for happiness behind her. But I did feel like.
But you're not bitter.
Yeah. No, I'm not bitter at all. But the point is that love isn't just how you feel. The reason that we make a commitment to a relationship and a commitment to another person is because we know that we aren't going to have that fuzzy, warm feeling every day. People very much mistake this feeling, this warm, I don't have this warm, fuzzy feeling that, you and I have been together 13 years now, and I love you, but I don't have these little excited butterflies before I see you like I did in the first 2 or 3 months.
So what can we do to get that back?
Well, we talk about that on another episode. But that initial spark and that chemistry and that sort of lust, physical reaction type of thing, that's not the actual love. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not cool that that's there and you shouldn't enjoy it in the beginning and it's awesome. And I will tell you, if there's too much of it, the person's probably crazy and you need to run. But for the most part, that feeling is going to go away. And what comes of it, when I say love is a verb, it means I get up every day and I make a choice that I'm going to behave lovingly towards you. And that behavior helps to cultivate those feelings.
You get up every morning and say that?
Sometimes in the afternoon, but whichever time I'm getting up. But the way you behave towards a person and the things that you say in your head about a person all feed into that feeling about a person. People think the feeling comes first. Oh, if I feel like I love them, if I feel warm and fuzzy, then I'll behave like I love them. But it's actually the opposite that's true. Like you had this little feeling, it facilitated you behaving a certain way, and because of that behavior, you fell in love with the other person and they fell in love with you. So really the way to recultivate that in the marriage is to behave, in a certain way. It's a package deal because, okay, are there downsides of being with you? Yeah, there are annoying things. Are there downsides of being with me? Yeah, there are annoying things. But there's a lot of upside too. And so I don't get the upside without the downside. And that's true of anybody.
Everybody's a package. I kind of got this from Dennis Prager too, so I'm going to give him some credit for this. But everybody's a package. So you come into a relationship and you think, oh, this person's perfect. I love the sound of their voice. I love the way they walk. I love the way they talk. Everything about them. And then as the years goes on, you find that they have this annoying habit or they do something. And
like not answering their phone.
Yeah, like that. And part of succeeding in any relationship, whether it's your kids or your spouse, is accepting certain things about them as who they are. What Dennis Prager says is, if you love somebody, you're not out to change them. You're not out to. You might want them to stop biting their nails or something, but
or start answering their phone.
Or start answering their phone. But you're not there to fundamentally change who they are as a person.
Right.
You can't change them. You can't. And if you want to change a person fundamentally, if you're trying to change a person fundamentally, then probably you should find somebody else that's already like that.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.